Unlock your purpose, grow stronger every day. You're watching Personal Development TV, your one-stop place where change begins with you.
You're a gentleman. You plan thoughtful dates, you're always there for her, and you make it crystal clear that you're interested. You're doing everything you've been told is right, so why is she suddenly pulling away? Why do her texts feel colder, and why does she seem more distant than ever? It's a frustrating paradox that most guys never figure out. The very behaviors you think are showing how great you are actually screaming neediness, and they are silently killing her attraction to you. It's not your fault. You're acting with good intentions. But in the world of attraction, perception is reality. Now, look, getting the initial match or the first date is one thing. We all know that in online dating, your profile photos carry a ton of weight for that first impression. But keeping the attraction alive after that, that's a whole different ballgame, one that's played with behavior and psychology. In this video, I'm going to reveal the 5 most common attraction-killing behaviors you might be doing without even realizing it. And I'll give you the simple mindset shifts to reignite that spark and bring the chase back. First off, this isn't about learning a new set of manipulative games or becoming someone you're not. It's the exact opposite. This is about understanding the psychology of attraction so you can stop shooting yourself in the foot. It's about learning to operate from a place of genuine, quiet confidence, where attraction becomes a natural byproduct of who you are, not a result of what you do for her. At the heart of all of this is one single thing: neediness. It is the greatest killer of masculine appeal because it signals that you can't meet your own emotional needs. It's subtle, and it can disguise itself as being caring or romantic, which is why it's so dangerous. By the end of this, you won't just have a list of things to avoid. You'll have a new framework for interacting with women that's built on self-respect and high value. Let's get into the first and most common attraction killer. Behavior number 1. Being too available and overly responsive. All right, first up, being constantly and instantly available. She texts you, and you reply within seconds, every single time. She asks if you're free, and you drop everything to make it work. She calls, and you answer on the first ring, no matter what you're in the middle of. And look, your intention is a good one. You think you're being attentive. You think you're showing her she's a priority and that you're super interested, which you assume will make her feel secure and wanted. You're trying to be reliable. But here's how she actually perceives it. What she feels isn't appreciation, but a slow, creeping sense of boredom. A man who is always available signals that he has nothing else going on in his life. No mission, no purpose, no friends or hobbies that demand his time. His life just doesn't seem that full or interesting. Instead of seeing you as a high-value man she's lucky to get time with, she starts to see you as someone who's just waiting around for her. Think about it. Scarcity creates value. If she knows she can have your attention 24/7, there's no urgency, no anticipation, and no challenge. The excitement of gradually winning over a man with a full life just vanishes. You become predictable, and predictability is the enemy of passion. The fix isn't to start playing calculated waiting games. The fix is to actually have a life. Don't pretend to be busy. Be genuinely busy building your empire, whatever that means to you. Prioritize your work, your fitness, your friendships, and your goals. When you have a mission, your time becomes legitimately scarce. You'll naturally take longer to text back, not as a tactic, but because you were in the middle of something important. When you have your own full and exciting life, you communicate that she's a wonderful addition to it, not the center of your empty universe. That is infinitely more attractive. Behavior number 2. Constant negativity and emotional dumping. The second attraction killer is a big one. Constant negativity, complaining, and emotional dumping. This is when you use her as a therapist for all your frustrations. You complain about your job, you talk trash about your ex, you vent about your friends, or you unload all of your insecurities onto her, especially early on. Again, the intention can feel noble. You think you're being vulnerable. You believe you're building a deep, authentic connection by sharing your real, unfiltered self, struggles included. You're just trying to be open and honest. The impact, however, is devastating to attraction. Instead of building a connection, you're draining her emotional battery and making her feel heavy. More importantly, you're failing a critical subconscious test. Evolutionary psychology tells us that a primary driver of female attraction is a man's perceived ability to protect. A man who is constantly overwhelmed by his own problems, who sees the world through a negative lens, and who is always complaining, signals the exact opposite of a protector. He signals that he himself needs protecting. Subconsciously, she sees a man who is a source of instability, not a rock of stability. It's not her job to solve your problems. Her desire is to be with a partner who can handle his own world. When you dump your negativity on her, you're basically saying, "I can't handle my life, and I need you to help me carry this." This is the antithesis of masculine strength, and it kills attraction on a primal level. The solution is to become your own emotional rock first. This doesn't mean being fake or pretending problems don't exist. It means you handle them. You process your frustrations with male friends, a mentor, or a therapist. You focus on solutions, not just whining about problems. When you're with her, your energy should be a source of positivity and stability. Share your ambitions and your wins, not your daily grievances. A man who's building a great life and has a positive outlook is way more attractive than one who's being crushed by his. Behavior number 3. Seeking constant reassurance and validation. Behavior number 3 gets to the very heart of neediness. Constantly seeking her reassurance and validation. This is when you're asking things like, "Are we okay? Do you still like me?" Or, "Did I say something wrong?" It also shows up as being overly clingy or panicking when there's a moment of silence. Your intention is just to make sure you're both on the same page. You're worried you might lose her, so you're checking in to make sure she's still happy and invested. You think you're being sensitive, but the perception is completely different. When you do this, you force her into the role of your emotional mother, not your romantic partner. And no woman on earth is attracted to a man she has to mother. You're outsourcing your sense of security to her, making her responsible for how you feel. This screams insecurity. It tells her your confidence is so fragile that it needs her constant validation just to exist. This flips the entire polarity of the relationship. You're asking her to be the strong, stable, secure one in the dynamic, a fundamentally masculine role. When she has to constantly reassure you, she loses respect for you. And without respect, attraction dies. The solution is to build genuine self-reliance. You have to learn to handle your own emotions and insecurities. If you feel a wave of anxiety about the relationship, don't run to her for a quick fix. Turn inward. Ask yourself why you feel insecure. Address the root cause, which is usually a lack of purpose or fulfillment in other areas of your life. A confident man operates under the assumption that everything is fine until he is explicitly told otherwise. He doesn't go looking for problems. He trusts himself and trusts the connection, allowing it to grow without needing to constantly check its pulse. This calm self-possession is what women find deeply attractive. Behavior number 4, over-explaining and trying to convince her. All right, number 4 is a sneaky one. Over-explaining yourself, bragging, or trying to logically convince her to like you. This is when you send a 5-paragraph essay explaining why you took an hour to text back. It's when you list off your accomplishments, your income, or your fancy car, hoping she'll be impressed. It's when you try to debate her into feeling attraction, arguing why you're a good guy and a great choice for her. The intention seems logical, right? You think you're being transparent. By laying out all the facts of your value, you think you're making a compelling case for yourself. You just want to make sure she sees you in the best possible light. But attraction isn't a logical decision, and you can't argue someone into feeling it. When you over-explain or brag, she doesn't feel impressed. She feels pressured. It signals a deep lack of confidence. A truly high-value man knows his worth is self-evident. It doesn't require a sales pitch or a PowerPoint presentation. His actions, his presence, and his demeanor do the talking. Trying to convince her is just another form of neediness because it's an attempt to control her perception of you. You're essentially begging, "Please approve of me. Please see me as valuable." A secure man never needs to do this. The solution is to embrace the mantra. Show, don't tell. Be concise. Be grounded. Let your actions speak louder than your words. Instead of telling her you're ambitious, let her see you working on your projects. Instead of telling her you're funny, just be funny. Give her the space to discover your great qualities over time. This creates mystery and makes her want to learn more about you. She should feel like she's slowly earning access to your world, not that you're desperately trying to give it all away. Behavior number 5, being the nice guy with no boundaries. And finally, number 5, being the stereotypical nice guy who has no personal boundaries. This is the man who is overly agreeable, who never has his own opinion, and who bends over backward to please her at his own expense. He lets disrespect slide, like her constantly being late or flaking on dates, without saying a word. He acts more like a doormat than a partner, hoping his service will be rewarded with affection. The intention, of course, is to be kind and easygoing. You think that by never causing conflict and by being endlessly accommodating, you're showing her what a good, safe guy you are. But what she actually sees is a man with no backbone, no standards, and therefore, no self-respect. And a woman cannot respect a man who doesn't respect himself. This ties directly back to that core idea of a protector. A man who won't even protect his own time, his own dignity, or his own standards can't possibly be trusted to protect her. Your ability to set and enforce your boundaries is a powerful demonstration of your strength. Being a doormat isn't kindness. It's people-pleasing that comes from a fear of rejection, and it's profoundly unattractive. A relationship needs a little healthy tension and challenge to thrive, and a man who agrees with everything creates a dynamic that is boring and passionless. The solution is to develop and enforce your personal standards. Your time is your most valuable asset. Treat it that way. If she's consistently disrespectful of your time, you must be willing to calmly and respectfully call it out. It is okay to disagree with her. It's okay to have your own preferences. Having a strong opinion is sexy. A woman doesn't want a clone of herself. She wants a man who can lead, who has his own mind, and who respects himself enough to hold his ground. Make her earn your investment. Your standards are what give you your value. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 behaviors have you caught yourself doing in the past? Or which one do you see other guys making all the time? Drop a comment below. There is absolutely no judgment here. This is a space for all of us to learn and get better. So there you have it. 5 well-intentioned behaviors that are secretly killing attraction. Avoiding these isn't about becoming a cold, aloof jerk or playing mind games. It's the opposite. It's about building such a deep and unshakable foundation of self-respect that these needy behaviors just fall away naturally. It's about building a life that is so full and meaningful on its own that a woman becomes a complement to it, not the source of your happiness. The ultimate mindset shift is moving from, "I hope she likes me," to, "Let's see if she's a good fit for my life." That is the essence of quiet confidence. It's the secure knowledge that you are the prize. When you operate from that place, you radiate a calm, masculine energy that is magnetic. You become a man who leads, who has a mission, and who has the strength to protect his own standards. That isn't a tactic, it's a reflection of who you've become. Stop trying so hard to prove your value, and start seeing if she can prove hers.
Unlock your purpose, grow stronger every day. You're watching Personal Development TV, your one-stop place where change begins with you.